In the forgotten folds of time, where the mountains still whisper of dark magic, there lived a man named Amr Ayyar. He was a trickster, a wanderer, thin and frail with age. His long gray beard a testament to the countless moons he had seen. A sly smile always played upon. His lips and his eyes held the sharp glint of a fox. But his greatest secret was the glowing satchel he carried, the Zambala bag that was said to hold entire worlds within its mystical depths. One night, as a storm clawed at the sky, Amr Ayyar found something that would forever alter his path. It was a map. Etched onto a piece of blackened skin, its lines pulsating with a faint, malevolent light. The map promised a destination both feared and coveted, the Tomb of Shadows, a cursed grave hidden deep beneath the skeletal ruins of a long-dead empire. Legends, spoken only in hushed tones, told of the tomb's sole inhabitant, Fagar the Necromancer, a sorcerer of immense power. His body had been interred, but his spirit, they said, remained very much alive, a malevolent consciousness trapped within a coffin sealed by spells of blood and bone, waiting for a fool to set him free. The allure of such a place, of such power, was a challenge Amr Ayyar could not resist. He arrived at the ruins as the clock struck midnight. The air grew instantly cold, heavy with unspoken dread. The wind, which had howled outside, became a series of chilling whispers within these crumbling walls. Amr's lamp flickered, its flame dancing as if touched by unseen hands that brushed past him in the suffocating dark. The walls themselves were a gallery of nightmares, carved with countless faces, each one a mask of screaming, eternal agony, their silent torment echoing in the stillness. Deeper he went, descending into the belly of the earth. The whispers grew louder, forming words in a language he almost understood. Finally, he stood before it, the tomb gate, a colossal stone slab, bound by chains of rusted iron and locked by a riddle written in a forgotten, angular script. The words seemed to writhe, daring him to solve their puzzle. For another man, this would have been the end. But Amr was no ordinary man. He was Ayyar, the master of cunning. He studied the ancient words, his mind weaving through the threads of the riddle. With a sly grin, he traced a symbol in the dust, uttered a single, clever word. And the ancient mechanism groaned. The chains fell away, and the great stone door slid open, releasing a gust of deathly wind that extinguished every torch in the passage, leaving only the faint, ethereal glow of his Zambiel. The moment he crossed the threshold, the tomb came alive. The very shadows on the walls detached themselves, stretching and contorting into humanoid shapes that writhed in a silent, ghastly dance. And from the heart of the darkness, a figure began to rise. It was tall, skeletal, draped in the tattered remains of a sorcerer's robe. 2 points of emerald fire burned where its eyes should have been. It was him, Fagar the Necromancer. The air grew thick with the stench of decay. The stone walls began to weep a viscous, black fluid. The ground trembled beneath Amr's feet as the sorcerer's spirit let out a silent, soul-shattering laugh. Amr's lamp, his last source of earthly light, shattered against the floor. darkness absolute. Yet, in this maelstrom of terror, Amr Ayyar stood unerringly calm. His hand, steady and sure, reached into his glowing satchel. The zambiel pulsed with a soft, protective light. One by one, he pulled forth objects of impossible power. First, a mirror forged from polished obsidian, said to trap the souls of the damned. The shadows recoiled from its surface, hissing. Next, he drew a dagger crafted from solidified night, a blade that cut not flesh, but the very fabric of magic. Fargar's fiery eyes narrowed. Finally, Amr pulled out a small, unassuming charm, a crystal that pulsed with a light so pure, so brilliant, it seemed to be a shard of a captured star. Clutching it tightly, he began to whisper. The words were not of this world. A forgotten incantation that vibrated through the very stones of the tomb. Light and shadow clashed in a violent, silent explosion. The pure, radiant energy of the charm met the necromancer's foul aura, and the air itself screamed. The tomb trembled like a great beast in its death throes. The green fire in Fargar's eyes flickered, dimmed, and then, with a final echoing sigh, extinguished. The shadows dissolved back into the walls, the ground stilled, and the oppressive silence returned, broken only by the sound of Amr's own breathing. It was over. He had faced the necromancer and won. A faint smile touched Amr's lips as he turned to leave the accursed place, his zambiel glowing softly at his side. He took a single step toward the entrance, toward the world of the living. And then a hand cold, bony, and impossibly strong gripped his ankle. He looked down, his eyes widening in horror. From a crack in the stone floor, a dead hand had emerged, its grip like a shackle of ice. The sorcerer's laughter, no longer silent, echoed through the chamber, a triumphant, rattling sound that promised eternal damnation. No one escapes the tomb of shadows.